Any other, oh, right here. 2 questions. I couldn't quite hear you. I don't know what the exact number is. Do you guys know?
It was tens of thousands. It was a lot. It was a lot.
What was your other question?
I think the pure art stuff might be the digital. We do a lot of exclusives on the app, which is terrific. So if you have any character, any storyline, anything you've ever really loved in Archie, we usually throw it up on the app so that people can kind of just like immerse themselves in it. And they've turned out to be extraordinarily popular. So starting early next year, those are going to go into print. The ones that you guys like, you're basically voting by people downloading it. It's just what you guys want. We find out ways to get it to you. And I think that's Pure Heart's one of them. There's hundreds of pages.
Yeah, Pure Heart's there. You can even find Archie 3000 in the app if you want to read it right now. Go download it.
By the way, the app is completely free, and the app itself, you can get any comic ever, any book that comes out is weekly. It's the same time as print, but we have about 600, 650 pages of just free content, and that changes all the time. So if you guys, short on money one month because you bought, 100,000 copies of Afterlife #1, this is, the place to have some fun for Archie.
Right here. Ooh.
I can
Michael?
tell you everything about it, but I won't. Are you a Betty or a Veronica? I'd actually like to just see a show of hands by the ladies here. How many ladies here consider themselves a Betty? And how many consider themselves a Veronica?
Well, Veronica.
Those of you who think you're a Betty really will need to follow Farewell Betty and Veronica. But those of you who think you're a Veronica, you will really need to follow Farewell Betty.
Right here.
In the beginning, the motion comics you showed for Archie Afterlife, would you guys ever consider doing a full motion comic with all of them? That was beautiful. Really interesting.
I mean, if there's demand for it, we'd be thrilled. I mean, everything with Afterlife right now, we're just kind of beginning. So yeah, I would say the answer to that is sure. We'd love to do that.
Right here, Zombie. Hi.
Is Afterlife, is that a limited run series, or what are you planning to do?
Right now it's an ongoing. I mean, it's a question of keeping the kids alive long enough to make it an ongoing. But yeah, it's an ongoing, and we've got already the first 12 issues mapped out, but it's just starting. But the plan is ongoing. Right there.
Are there plans for a live-action movie?
There are indeed plans for a live-action movie that I'm going to write, and Jason Moore, who directed Pitch Perfect, I don't know if you guys saw that movie, is going to direct. And we are right now in the story phase. We're figuring out what the story is, because we want to do the quintessential Archie story. So that's where we're at. Oh, right there.
Will it be like a music-based kind of movie?
The music's always been a part of the Archie universe, the band, Josie and the Pussycats, and both Jason and I love musicals and love Battle of the Bands and all that stuff, obviously, with Pitch Perfect. So music will have a huge part in the movie, in some way. Any other questions? Oh, back there.
I have a random one. I was looking through some old Archie comics, and I found my very first Archie comic that I ever owned. So I was wondering if any of you remember the first one that you've ever owned, unless maybe aside from possibly having been there for creating it. But
That's a good question. The question is, what is the first Archie comic you remember or owned?
I know mine. It was a Josie from 1970.
Wow. Okay.
Comic, yeah. They're giant size, 25 centimeters.
Okay.
Mine was Little Archie. I was 5 years old, and I loved the fantasy adventures of Little Archie and the gang.
Yeah.
Mine was Archie Riverdale High, and it was given to me by one of the Archie artists. Yeah.
Francesco?
Well, I'm kind of new to the United States, so yeah, like I was telling, Archie sadly is not in silver anymore. You need to fix that.
Oh, yeah, we will fix it.
Yeah, except Italia edition. So yeah, it's kind of recent.
I don't remember what my specific issue was, but I grew up when I was very young in Nicaragua, and I remember that it was in Spanish. That's all I remember. So, but.
So you go in Nicaragua.
Yeah, exactly. Expect Archie Italia coming very soon.
Afterlife in Italy.
Exactly. Any other questions? It's mostly, oh, back there.
What is it about Archie that brings you to Archie? Why Archie out of all the other things you could be working on?
Me?
Any of you.
Okay, any of us. I mean, Victor, I was just talking to Victor. Victor gave an incredible interview recently where he talked about his love of Archie. And you've been, Victor, you want to talk a little bit about that? You've been 55 years. That's incredible.
That's true. Archie pays me every week.
Yeah, Michael?
All right, I can't talk to a hamburger. This is going to sound really weird, but it's the same basic reason I love Batman so much. It's because these are two characters who are human, who I can identify with. When I was growing up as a kid, in my heart of hearts, I really did believe that high school and dating was going to be just the way I was reading about it in Archie comics. I thought that's the way we were going to be dressing. I had to learn to dance somehow, following Archie comics. And my greatest disappointment when I got to high school was we had no mall shop in my town. But I really did identify with the same way Batman has no superpowers. And that to me was what I could identify with and why he was such a great superhero to me as a kid. So I think there's that commonality.
It's also nice. It's also nice for me, and I think everyone on this stage, to be working with the publisher, a publisher like Archie that is really willing to take risks. And it's kind of amazing that there's so much conservatism and there's so much, not rocking the boat. At Archie, it's all about rocking the boat and trying new things. So creatively, that's just the place where I want to be, and I think most of the people on this stage would probably say some version of that. Oh, right here.
Has the audience changed over the years? Has it gone from younger people to older people?
Very good question.